Close the gates.
How can men find a war but not find their way home?
Some war becomes home.
Give the man the bow.
Hello everyone, it's movie time, so get your popcorn and let's get right into it. Admit it or not, historical epics are one of the greatest movie categories ever created. The strong characters, larger-than-life backdrops, and intense, mind-blowing action scenes are not only aesthetically appealing, but also create an unforgettable impact on the viewer. So, in order to help you decide which historical films to watch, we're going to rank our top 6 selections that you might have missed. Now let's start the video. Number 6, The Return.
I am Odysseus' wife.
Odysseus is dead.
Not to me.
There was no king. He sailed to Troy years ago. Took the best men with him.
All year, suitors have been turning up, waiting for his widow to choose a new husband to be king.
It is a 2024 historical drama film directed by Roberto Pasolini. The film centers on Odysseus, a long-lost king who returns to his home Ithaca after 20 years of fighting in the Trojan War. But soon as he tries to reunite with his family, he finds out his wife Penelope is held prisoner by suitors vying to be king, and his now adult son, Telemachus, is facing death at their hands. To win back his family and all he has lost, Odysseus must rediscover his strength and fight to acquire his kingdom back. The Return emphasizes the fundamental human need for truth, justice, and closure while illustrating the profound impact of political instability on individuals and families. The film stars Ralph Fiennes and Juliette Binoche, who are excellent in bringing the characters Odysseus and Penelope to life magnificently. So if you're looking for a fun and engaging trip back to ancient Greece, then this film is for you. Number 5, The First King. It is a historical drama film directed by Matteo Rovere. The plot revolves around Romulus and Remus, two 18-year-old twin siblings who live together peacefully beside the Tiber River. Unfortunately, their tranquil existence is suddenly disrupted when the Tiber River overflows, taking them both and their animals with it. Despite unexpectedly escaping death, they are sold as slaves and sent to the kingdom of Alba, where they are made to engage in combat with one another. While Romulus organizes a mutiny and flees with the majority of slaves, he never abandons his plan to cross the river and build a new city. He eventually ascends to the position of rebel commander. However, just as Remus starts to believe that the gods are in their favor, Satni makes a dreadful prediction that the future empire will be named after the brother who murders the other one. It is a brilliant movie with stunning visual, an interesting plot, excellent acting, and battle scenes that feel incredibly realistic. You should check out this one. Number 4, Cabrini.
If I made you the first woman ever to lead an overseas mission, the whole world would look to you as proof of what woman can or cannot accomplish.
It is a 2024 historical drama film directed by Alejandro Gomez. The film tells the extraordinary story of Francesca Cabrini, an Italian immigrant who arrives in New York City in the year 1889, and she is horrified to find that the Italians in the city are living in slums filled with disease, crime, and poverty. Determined to make a difference, she sets up an orphanage and takes on many other initiatives to help the Italians, despite the many obstacles she has to endure. The film is based on the rich, inspiring, true story of Francesca Xavier Cabrini, the first American saint, and represents the very real events of Cabrini's life, her mission, and her service among the Italian immigrants of New York City. The plot is fascinating and well-paced, and you'll find yourself engrossed in this historical epic, as it is really an amazing and engaging watch. Number 3, White Bird.
I'm sure your father has told you stories about when I was a young girl.
He says you don't really like to talk about it.
I don't. But now, I think, for your sake, I must.
It is a historical war drama film directed by Mark Forster, based on the 2019 graphic novel of the same name by R.J. Palacio. The film serves both as a spin-off prequel and a sequel to Wonder 2017, and follows a grandmother sharing her experiences from World War II as a young Jewish girl trying not to be captured by Nazi soldiers in France. The film is a masterpiece filled with a nice balance of warmth and wisdom, with fantastic acting and a great musical score that really enhances the emotional depth of what is being portrayed. Overall, the historic drama combined with the modern coming-of-age scenes adds a special touch to White Bird and keeps you engaged throughout the entire film. Number 2, Outlaw King.
Robert the Bruce is an outlaw. Any man or woman who would give shelter to him or his ranks
is to be executed without trial.
The people are desperate for justice.
I serve Robert Bruce! Join us to free our lives!
It is a historical action film directed by David Mackenzie. The movie centers on Robert, the Scottish prince who waged a brutal war against a more powerful English army in the 14th century. The majority of the movie takes place over the 3 years between 1304, when Bruce vows to rebel against Edward's dominion over Scotland, and turns into an outlaw until the War of Loudoun Hill in 1307. After the English army drives Bruce into hiding, he recruits a group of rebels to assist him retake the kingdom and combines his cleverness and courage to fight the much stronger and better armed invading English force. This historical epic is enjoyable to watch, especially if you are a Games of Thrones junkie. Outlaw King is a perfect winter evening movie, filled with blood, revenge, and drama. The underdog story is heartbreaking but rewarding as long as you make it to the end. Number 1. Downfall.
Es ist dem Feind gelungen, die Front in breiter Formation zu durchbrechen.
Die gesamte Generalität des Ding zweiter als ein Haufen niederträchtiger, treuloser Feigling!
It is a historical war drama film directed by Oliver Hirschbiegel. The movie is set in 1942 and features Traudl Junge, a young woman who wins her ideal job as a secretary to Adolf Hitler, who is at the top of his supremacy. However, just 3 years later, Hitler's kingdom has transformed into his underground facility, and Traudl Junge, the dictator's last secretary, describes the final moments of his life there during the end of the Second World War, where he gets mad against assumed backstabbers and issues commands to imaginary troops while other notorious Nazis get ready for the end. Downfall utilizes multiple perspectives to depict the turmoil of a country collapsing from Hitler's henchmen beneath the streets of Berlin to the civilians and troops fighting and dying as the Soviet troops destroyed the city. Downfall is outstanding in every manner and one of the finest World War II films of all time. That's it for today. Please subscribe to our channel to see more videos about movies and series suggestions.